For your grade 5 exam, you will need to know the key signatures and the scales up to 6 sharps and flats. You will need to know how to write the key signature in treble, alto, tenor and bass clef, and you will need to know how to write the scales in treble and bass clef. In addition to the scales that you have done in grade 4 and before, we need to learn F sharp major, D sharp minor, G flat major and E flat minor. Have you noticed that F sharp and G flat major are an harmonic? And have you noticed that D sharp and E flat minor are also an harmonic? An harmonic means that the scales are written differently but sound the same. In fact, F sharp sounds exactly like G flat, and D sharp sounds exactly like E flat. D sharp is the relative minor of F sharp, and E flat is the relative minor of G flat. What does relative minor mean? The relative minor of a major scale is the minor scale that, in its natural form, has the same key signature, in other words, the same number of sharps or flats. The relative minor is always a third or 3 half tones under its major key. This is how the sharps in treble, alto and bass clefs are written. Remember that in the tenor clef, sharps are written with a different pattern from the other clefs. The best way to write the major and the natural minor scale is to write the correct key signature first, then, starting from the note that gives the name to the scale, writing the rest of the notes in sequence. F sharp major, D sharp minor. Once you wrote the natural minor scale, make it harmonic by raising the 7th step of the scale. In this case, make the C double sharp. Similarly to the sharps, G flat major and E flat minor are relative keys. They both have 6 flats. Unlike the sharps, the pattern of flats in all 4 clefs is exactly the same. Once again, after notating the key signature for both scales, just start from the notes that give the name to the scale, G flat major and E flat minor, and write the notes in sequence. Then make the E flat minor scale harmonic by raising its 7th step to a D natural. Don't forget to practice how to write down the key signature in treble, alto, tenor and bass clef up to 6 sharps and flats, and how to write down major and harmonic minor keys up to 6 sharps and flats in both treble and bass clef.